Spent $6,800 on a hall rental, and Dad said, perfect chance to honor Lisa's new job. My dad used it as a stage to celebrate my sister's new job. He clinked his glass, tapped a fork to the mic, and smiled like this was the most natural thing in the world. Let's take a moment to honor Lisa and her big promotion. Couldn't be prouder of my girl. Applause. Cheers. Even a standing ovation from Aunt Kathy. The only person who didn't clap was me, the bride-to-be, sitting at the head table, gripping my champagne flute so hard I thought it might crack. This wasn't just another example of my dad being casually oblivious. This was calculated. And it wasn't the first time. I had planned the entire party. Rented the hall. Paid for the catering. Ordered the florals, the custom signage, even the little favors shaped like engagement rings that said she said yes. But somewhere along the way, I stopped being the headline. Lisa, my older sister, had just landed a position at a tech firm in Chicago. Great salary, corner office, the works. I was happy for her. Truly. I had even called her the morning she found out and cried on the phone with her. But tonight? Tonight was supposed to be about me. My fiancé, Kyle, leaned over and whispered, "Did we throw the wrong party?" I tried to smile. Feels like we're the opening act. Dad kept talking. Lisa has worked so hard for this. After everything with her ex, I wasn't sure I'd see her bounce back so strong. My cheeks burned. It was subtle, but I felt the message. Lisa has been through something real. This is just an engagement. Mom gave a supportive nod, clearly in on it. When Dad finally handed the mic back to the DJ, he came over and placed a hand on my shoulder. "You don't mind, right?" he said. "Just a few words." Lisa needed the boost. I nodded, because that's what I was trained to do: agree, absorb, deflate. But inside, I was vibrating. This wasn't just a party derail. This was a lifetime of being the supporting character in Lisa's movie. Later that night, after most of the guests had left and the lights were dimmed, Lisa found me in the hallway outside the venue office, where I was double-checking the final invoice. She leaned against the wall, arms crossed. "You okay?" "Sure," I said. "Why wouldn't I be?" She smiled like she pitied me. "Dad didn't mean to take the spotlight. You know how he gets." "Yeah," I said. "I do." She stepped closer. "You're lucky," she said. "You get to be the one who's loved no matter what." I had to earn it. I stared at her. "You think I'm lucky?" She tilted her head. "You've always had it easier. People like you more." Then she walked off like she'd just handed me a compliment. And maybe in her head, she had. But what she didn't know was that I'd found something that week, something that explained why she kept getting everything handed to her. Something that would change everything. I didn't go digging for secrets. I found it by accident. The week before the party, I was helping Mom clean out the storage unit we'd rented after Grandma passed: old boxes, Christmas decorations, childhood drawings. We were sorting things for Goodwill when I spotted a folder wedged between two photo albums labeled Taxes, 2009. Inside, documents, scanned emails, and a printout of a bank statement with Lisa's name on it and my dad's signature in the margin. It showed a wire transfer. Not to Lisa. To a hiring consultant. Nearly $12,000. The timestamp? 2 months before Lisa landed her dream job in Chicago. At first, I thought maybe it was a mistake. A shared account. Something innocent. Until I flipped the page and saw a typed note from Dad. "Lisa needs this. Make sure the offer looks earned. She's fragile right now." I stared at it for a long time. Fragile. That's what they called her when she skipped college classes and spent 3 years bouncing from one live-in boyfriend to the next. That's what they whispered when she cried at family dinners, only to call me dramatic for asking to eat in peace. Fragile Lisa needed a staged career boost. And I'd built everything myself, no shortcuts, no handouts, no pity. I didn't say anything then. Didn't even tell Kyle. I shoved the file in my tote bag when Mom went to toss old lamps into the bin, and I didn't open it again until the night of the party. But now it buzzed in my mind like a live wire. Her job, the one Dad toasted. The one she claimed as her redemption arc. It wasn't real. Or at least, not earned. I had proof. So when she told me I was lucky, I wanted to laugh. Instead, I asked, "How much did the job cost?" She blinked. "Excuse me?" "In Chicago. The offer." "How much did Dad pay to make it happen?" Her expression didn't change right away. She was too practiced. Then her jaw tensed. "You don't know what you're talking about." "Oh, I do. The emails. The transfer. The consultant." Silence. Then, Dad did what he had to. I was falling apart. He saved me. No, I said. He bought you a narrative. And tonight, you tried to sell it at my party. She stepped closer, the hallway suddenly too narrow. I deserve this life just as much as you do, she whispered. Then why are you always pretending you earned it? Her eyes flashed. And for a second, she dropped the performance. I'm not the one who needs to worry about being exposed. I narrowed my eyes. What's that supposed to mean? But she just smiled, the same smug little twist of the mouth I'd seen since we were kids, and walked away again. Only this time, I didn't let her go. Because 20 minutes later, while she was laughing by the bar with a glass of rose, I slid that folder into her designer clutch, page side up. Let her explain it if someone saw. Let her wonder who else knew. And as I watched her face freeze when she found it, I realized I wasn't just the supporting character anymore. I was about to become the plot twist. She didn't make a scene. Not right away. Lisa found the folder while checking her clutch near the restroom, and for a moment, I thought she might play it cool. But I watched her through the mirror on the far wall. Her shoulders stiffened. Her lips parted. She scanned the first page, then the second. And then she looked up. Not at anyone in particular. Just around. Like the walls had eyes. She slipped the folder back into her bag and rejoined the crowd with a glassy smile, but she wasn't laughing anymore. That was the thing about Lisa, she didn't unravel in public. She waited, calculated, then struck in private where she could control the damage. So I knew exactly where she'd come. And when. Sure enough, 10 minutes after the last guest left, I heard the quick, clip knock on the bridal suite door we'd rented upstairs. I opened it before she could knock again. She walked in without asking, eyes burning. You think this makes you better than me? I think it makes me honest, I said. Which, in this family, is apparently rare. She threw the folder down onto the velvet bench. You know what Dad would say if this came out? Oh, I can guess, I said. Probably something like, you know Lisa's sensitive, don't make a mess. Or maybe, let's not make this public, think of the family name. She said nothing, which told me everything. I stepped forward. You hijacked my engagement party to boost your image with a job you didn't even earn. And when you saw that I wasn't going to clap along, you tried to guilt me with that I had to earn love speech. Her face flickered. You know what the difference is between us, Lisa? I said, quieter now. You need to be seen. I'm okay being known. She blinked. And for the first time, she looked scared. Are you going to tell people? I looked at her for a long beat. I don't have to, I said. Because now you know I know. And whatever illusion you've been living in, it's cracked. She crossed her arms. What do you want? I shrugged. Nothing. That's the part you won't understand. I don't need your job. Your spotlight. Your story. I picked up the folder and handed it back to her. But if you ever use my life to prop up yours again, I'll send this to every HR department between here and Chicago. She took the file like it was made of glass. You wouldn't. Try me. She left without another word. The next morning, Dad texted me. Hey kiddo, sorry if I got a little carried away with Lisa's speech last night. You know I'm proud of you too, right? I didn't reply. Instead, I forwarded the message to Kyle with one line. This is what it looks like when someone tries to clean a mess they're still making. That evening, Lisa posted a photo on Instagram of herself on a rooftop, no caption, no tag, just a perfect sunset behind her silhouette. She never mentioned the party. She never mentioned the promotion again. But a week later, I got a message from an old friend of hers. Is it true what people are saying about Lisa's job? Sounds like something got covered up pretty quick. I didn't respond. Because the thing about truth? You don't need to shout it. You just need to stop covering for the people who buried it. A month later, Lisa moved. Not to Chicago. Back in with Mom and Dad. The job she had earned, the one Dad toasted, the one she used to reset her public image, quietly dissolved. On LinkedIn, her title changed to consultant. No company listed. No description. People started asking questions. I didn't answer any of them. But I also didn't stop them from asking. And that was enough. The funny thing about family dynamics is how much they rely on choreography, one person playing the martyr, another the overachiever, someone else the emotional punching bag. When you step out of the dance, everyone stumbles. I didn't just step out. I flipped the stage. And for once, Dad couldn't narrate over it. He tried, of course. Called me a few times. Left voicemails that all started the same way. Hey sweetheart, don't let all this noise get in the way of what matters. What mattered, apparently, was silence. Control. Keeping up appearances. What I had decided mattered was something different. My wedding wasn't just a celebration anymore. It became a line in the sand. A ceremony not only of love, but of autonomy. I changed the guest list. Lisa wasn't on it. Neither was Dad. Mom begged. "You'll regret it later," she said. "It's just one day." "That's the point," I replied. "It's mine." Kyle stood by me every step of the way. When I told him about the job fraud, the consultant, the bank statements, he didn't flinch. He didn't suggest keeping peace or letting it slide. He just said, "Let's build a life where none of that touches us." So we did. A few months after the wedding, I got an envelope in the mail. No return address. Inside was a single page, handwritten. I didn't think it would catch up to me. I thought I was smarter. But maybe that's the problem. I've always been performing. I'm just tired now. Tell the truth if you need to. I'm not proud of it. But I get it now. It wasn't an apology. But it was something closer to honesty than I'd ever seen from her. I put the letter in a drawer. Not out of forgiveness, out of finality. Because closure isn't always loud. Sometimes, it's a quiet no-show. A table with one fewer chair. And peace? It's not them changing. It's you no longer needing them to.